Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome to the next episode of Adobe Form, where we are going to learn about how we can display the address without using business address services table. Okay, so in our last class, we have seen that with the help of business address services, that means with the help of this ADRC table, how we can display the address, right? So basically there are three ways we have discussed. The first one is a very easy one, right? The second, generally we use the second way, or we use the third way. So the third way, this function module is the important function module. With the help of this function module, we are going to format our address and going to display to the Adobe form. So in today's class, we are going to look into that. What we are going to do that we will be passing these values to the parameter of this function module, and this function module in return it will format the data properly and it will give back in an internal table. That internal table we are going to bind with the Adobe form, and that we are going to display one. So let's go and see in the practical. So I will go to SAP transaction, and here JD address display uh, without without BAS, without BS one, because BS is already there, so I'm creating one new Adobe form. Here address display without BAS interface. I will create one new interface, or I will use the existing one. Click on this save local object. Okay, now go to the properties, go to this interface. So I have double clicked on this interface, and now we have come over here. All the other unnecessary things I'm going to remove, and I will keep only those which is required. So import parameter, I have removed that particular value. Under the global, this also I don't require. And now under the code initialization, I'm going to remove this one, and here we will write the code for the function module. So so here everything I have made it a empty interface, right? Now what we have to do, that we have to call that particular function module. Okay, so the function module which I have just shown you, let me copy from here. This is the important function module. It's going to format the data for us. Control V, press enter. Okay, in this function module, we are going to pass the address into this particular parameter. However, based on our requirement, here also it's giving the option for the address number, address handle, person number, person handle, sender country, receiver language. So many different options we are having. So in order to understand better about this function module, what we can do, we can go to AC37, and we can display this function module, and we can go to the function module documentation, and we can read it out. If you want to, like, based upon your requirement, you can just search for your requirement over here, and you can understand how we can use it in a like based how we can use as per our specific requirement. Here the main use of this function module to format the data into uh, nice format. Okay, so here I'm going to take a simple example, right? Address underscore address underscore one, we are going to pass the data. So for that purpose, we require the data type of this address underscore one. Let's go and see the data type of this address underscore one. This is the data type. I will copy this one, and what I will do that I will get this data type as a import parameter, right? So that from the driver program, or when I will run this one, I can pass the value. So I am underscore address, and the type assignment is the type, and paste it over here the value which I have copied. Just save it, and now go to the code initialization once again, and we will be now we are going to this IAM underscore address, either we can supply from outside, right? Either we can supply from outside, uh, right? Either we can supply from driver program, or if you want at this point of time, under the code initialization itself, we can pass some hard coded value. Okay. So what I want to do at this moment actually, mm, this import parameter I'm going to mark as a optional. Okay, so that on the input when I will run this one, like I don't have to mandatorily pass the value, because in program itself I'm willing to pass the value. So again, go to the code initialization. System is a bit slow. So here, actually, we are having a table called ACE custom, which is having all this particular information which I have just shown you: the name, asterisk, PO box, postal code, city, region, and country. So from there, I will simply populate. So work will be easy for me, right? So go to that table. I will show you. That is a flight customer table is custom, and it holds all the required information. You can see the name, the form, the street, post box, postcode, city, right? So any one of the ID I will just select from here. So maybe 14 number ID. Okay, this 14 number ID, and I will put the select query over here. Select uh, a star from S custom table into that one variable, one work area I will declare, where the value, which value, the ID equal to 14, where ID equal to 14. Okay, so this is the actually customer ID I'm passing. So why not to do from here, right? So that we will get the different customer address. So IM underscore customer. Okay, type. So select the type, and the type name from here we can go back and give this is underscore customer. Control V, press enter. So I will make it dynamic now. So I am underscore customer, right? Full stop. So single I'm going to use, because I know that for a one ID there will be only one record. So select single. Now in this work area, we are going to have the data, right? From that work area, I'm going to populate the IM underscore. So what I will write the code over here, if IM underscore the address, right? IM underscore ADRESS. Okay, let me correct the name. So Control C, code initialization, Control V is not initial, is not initial, sorry, is initial. If that is blank, if I'm not passing the data from there, then in that case, what it should do, that it will put the select query on this, and if size versi is equal, if size versi equals to 0, in that case, let's populate the data, right? I'm underscore address hyphen control space. So let's go once again over here and click on this save button, right? Go to this code initialization and control space. It's not coming anything. So what actually we have to do? we have to open at some other places maybe. So I've already opened here Adrs1, and here this is what we'll be getting the data. So this title underscore text is one component, all right? So just go there and give this over here, and this value from wa hyphen, so from here also it's not coming, right? Let me do one thing here. Explicitly I'm going to define the work area we have to define that I have not defined. So as custom or inline declaration we can use directly. Okay, so wa type is custom over here, control space, and now this form will come into this title underscore text. Okay, now I am underscore address hyphen control space is not coming. Why? I'm giving some wrong name, is it? Let me copy this and I will paste it over there. So go to code initialization once again, control V, it looks good, control space. Okay, not coming. Let's go directly to the structure over here. The name one is there, so name one, just give equals this wa hyphen control space. We have the name over here, right? This name full stop. Then I am underscore address hyphen control space is not working. So what another information we have to give? Let me see. Name2 is not there in that is custom table. So simply maybe we can go to the street directly. So give this street over here wa hyphen control space and street we have full stop, and I'm underscore. So all the possible value whatever we have we can give it over here. Its work is to format that. Okay, so I'm underscore address hyphen then city. So all the main value just I'm going to give, and city here itself it's coming. I'm underscore address hyphen control space is not working. Go once again here, and we are having the country location region, right? So region country I will use. So give the region wa hyphen control space region, and I'm underscore address hyphen control space, no, write the country directly, paste it, and wa hyphen country. Okay, so this many information just I'm passing. Okay, we can pass more information also, that is possible. And click on this pretty printer, some error is there. If size of RC is equal to 0, if here one more, and if I have to give now, click on this petty printer and petty printer is working fine. Now this am underscore address I'm going to pass it over here. Okay, enable this exporting, and once we will pass get it will give us the data over here, you know, address print form table. Okay, so enable this, and one internal table I have to declare of the same data type. Just go back, and this is the internal table data type we can find from here. So this is what we have. Let's see. This is the types we have, right? Table type we have. So copy this one. So I found from here, I have copied from here. Okay, and now just go back and we'll prepare one local internal table will not help me. I will create one global internal table so that I can use this value to the, you know, so to the Adobe form. That's why I'm creating the global internal table. So GT format address type assignment is type, and give that particular table type over here. Okay, let me see if it is working fine or not. Types from type group are not supported. That's fine, no issue. So here type from types group is not supported. So what I will do, that one types I will create over here locally. So create one types, give the name of these types something tt underscore, you know, uh, address format. Okay, type uh, this one. So now this will become one again, you know, table type. Come over here, and now let's give this type and see. So check the syntax. The field am underscore title underscore text cannot be changed. Okay, using over here under the code initialization there, now no problem. But here it's telling that the import parameter field which we are getting, it cannot be changed, right? It's not allowing us to change. So I don't have other way. What I will do, that I'll have to create one of work area wa underscore address type, and the type I will take as a adrs of one, type adrs one data full stop. And in the else, like if I'm supplying the data, right? So in the else condition, directly I will assign that value wa underscore address equals to underscore address. So if some value is there in im underscore address, I will directly get over here, and this I will put it over here, right? So control V, and control V. So just I'm trying to replace this value, or we can use control H and replace it all together. Fine. So now we are done, and here we have to pass that w underscore address. So I've declared one local variable and I'm using over here. Now it looks good here. Just save it, check the syntax now, and w underscore, okay, iwa somewhere I have written, yeah. So remove this I and check the syntax now. The statement could not equal ended expe unexpected unexpectedly. Here we have some problem somewhere. So some problem is there. Let me check where is the problem. Address. Okay, so I think full stop is missing. Yeah, so here we are missing the full stop, and here we are not using that internal table also, which we have created in the global data. So GT format address, copy this. So I'm just going to copy and I will use it over there. And now it's fine. Now it looks fine. You can see source text is formatted nicely. Check the syntax. Syntax is also fine. Just save it and activate it. It got activated. We are now done with the interface, right? Let's go back to the Adobe form context, and I require this format address. That function module will return with a format address. That address I'm going to use it, right? So I have just dragged from left and put to the right. Now go to the layout, here we don't have to do anything in this case. So now it's very simple. Go to the data view, and this is the address line. Just simply drag and drop it over here. Okay. And now I'll increase its size. Here, just the height, mark it as a expand to fit. Okay. This height, because this is what we have. This is the address line. This is the field we have. So if more data is there, like more number of lines are there, it should expand automatically, right? So height I'm marking as expand to fit, very important. Okay, so from there now I don't require anything. Now this object attribute is important. Okay, so uh where that, yeah, here we have just I will drag and drop little up. Yes, fine. So now we have this one, this address. I'm going to expand its height a bit, uh, or let it be like this only. It's okay. So before going over here, you know, just save it, check the syntax. I would like to show you something. So it will be, uh, you will be able to understand in a better way. Activate this one. It's getting activated, and it got activated. Fine. So what I want to show you actually, just go to this code initialization and copy this select single star. And in debugging, actually, I want to show you the content of this, internal table when that particular function module is returning. So that I want to show you. Okay, so go to SE37. Okay, and uh, run this. This is your function module. Okay, Control V, display. So this is how we debug also the Adobe form. Okay, this is how we debug also the Adobe form. So now you have to search for the global underscore init, or directly you can search that particular selector query. Okay, if you are able to find, you should be able to find. Okay, here the particular select query globally if you search, but I have copied another text, so now that is not copied, but I know where it should be. This is a global init. Under the global init, the custom code start getting called. Okay, you can see that it's not navigating properly. So what I will do, that I will put the breakpoint here itself, and just run that. Run this Adobe form. Run this. Give the LP01 and print preview. The debugger got triggered, and press F5, right? I'm not passing anything because I'm not passing, so it should put the select query. So I have not passed the customer number also. Let me give the customer number, but will not be able to give the customer number also because it is the import parameter. Okay, so no issue. Let's go back and once again go to the AC37 and run this. Give the customer number. So I will get that one good customer number I will get, which is having all the data slash so AC11, and here under the ACE custom we have a lot many data. One of the good customer which is having the good address, this 21 or 20, anything I will select. Give this over here. So I have given now, and now press F8, LP01, print preview, and press F5. Here, this is the code which we have written. I'll put the breakpoint over here. And now here 12 to 20 is fine. Size of RC0, that's okay. And you can see that this data is getting populated, right? Street, city, and region one by one. And now once it will go into the function module, it will properly format the data. All right. But here it's telling that address print form table is unknown. Why? Some parameter. I have done some mistake in the parameter, it seems. Uh, go to the so system is very slow actually. Slash n SFP once again. I'm going to the change mode. I'll have to go to the interface actually, code initialization, and here some parameter mismatch. It seems address one I have given. Okay, GT format address. So this is the you know internal table, and we have to pass the internal table. All right. So this GT underscore format address, just I have to check whether it is internal table or not. Okay. So I'll go to SE37 once again and run this one, give this LP01 over here and print preview. F5 and let me see GT format address 0 address line row. This is okay. Then what is the issue? All right. Put the breakpoint over here and press F8, F5. So function parameter print form table is unknown. Let me see some another parameter. It seems we have to pass. Okay, some more parameter need to be passed. So here at the sender country, actually this is also one important one, right? The address type. Let me check with the sender country. Number of lines 10. This also I will enable. Okay. So I will just go and check. So let's go and check what was the problem. Go back and go back. Go to the SFP and here go into the change mode. Sorry, I have to go to the properties and then I have to go to the interface actually. So go to the properties and then go to the Adobe form. Yes, this interface I have come over here, and the problem what I have done earlier, that was the importing was means importing was not enabled, right? So I have just enabled this importing parameter, other thing was fine, and the address type I have given one extra, and the sender country I have given one this particular value, and then the number of lines I have enabled. However, this is optional. The first one is the mandatory. Okay, and uh, now let's once again try and see. So go to that particular Adobe form and here give some value 0000021 or 20. Run this and LP01 print preview, and here this is how it's coming the value. Okay, but we have the multiple lines over there, right? We have the multiple lines over there. So just go back and I will go into the debugging and I will show you once again how the multiple lines is coming. So I'm just trying to go back. Okay, I'm disconnected now. Let me log in once again. Okay, so I've come over here and run this one. give the customer number over here. So 000020 and click on this debugging. I just want to show you once again. Go to the search for the global init. After that, our code will be called. So it's already here. Let's remove and press once again. Save it. Press F8. LP01 and print preview. F5 and here we have the breakpoint, right? So give this, press F8, F8 and F6, and here you can see that when we are supplying all those, this form, name, street, right, a receipt, region, like this, then we are getting the address into this format. Okay, this data, when we are trying to display now, if you press F8, you can see that only one is displaying. Now in order to display all, the first mandatory step what I have shown you is that you have to, enable the auto fit for that particular field. So what that will do, the auto fit. So auto fit, what it will do, that suppose if the length of a particular text is going to be longer, then it will fit into the next, it will just expand that particular field and it will sit over there. So I will show you that, you know but the current problem is what, all the data is not coming itself, right? So to get all the data, what we have to do, right click over here and wrap this one in a subform. However, it's already there in the subform, so why to create one another subform? It's already there in this subform, right? By default, this this is there inside this body page, right? So here we have, but this subform, if you see, this is the bigger one, right? This subform is the bigger one. I require a small subform, right? I require a small subform. So what I will do that, I have to wrap it up. There is no way over here. So or else, we'll have to decrease its size. So better let me put inside a subform, right? And now this is the subform, and this subform I will tell that this is the address subform or customer address subform, cost address subform. Okay, so I've given the name of this subform, cost address subform. Address line over here we are having, this name is not looking good. Let me remove this subform, it is not required. Cost address is sufficient. And now see, this position is fine. Positioned, here we have two options, position and float. What is the difference between position and float? We have discussed. See, position means what will happen, that if your text is going to be more than one page, it will not float to the next page. It will go till the border of this particular page only. It will lie within a page only, within this page only. If you mark this is a flown, and if your data is going to be more than one page, in that case it will float to the next page as well. Okay, so I know that this address is not going to be more than one page, right? I will keep it over here. Now inside this, all right, inside this multiple line is coming, so line should repeat, right? Line should repeat. So if you want to, if you want this particular line should repeat, this particular line should repeat, this particular line should repeat, so repetition should be there. Actually, this is what I'm trying to tell. So for that purpose, we have one attribute, as we have discussed in our uh, previous chapters, previous classes, right? In the binding section, uh, just select this subform first, okay, and go to the binding, and here we have the repeat subform for each data item. This we have to select, but this is disabled at this point of time, right? So we what we have to do, let me check why it's disabled. Customer address, body page, subform. Okay, this is positioned, that's why you know it seems like that is disabled. So customer address, I want it to be positioned. Body page, maybe it's fine, flowed, but the customer address position is uh, okay with me. Go here, and here it's enabled now. Okay, just select this and save it over here. Check the syntax and activate this one. Okay, so now we will run once again and we will see how the output will appear. So at this point of time, you might have guessed how your output is going to come, right? So this address line and this content, every time, so many times this address line is going to come, right? This address line is going to come many times. What we will do, that we'll remove this address line. Okay, first I will show you that how we are going to get the you know output. So click on this yes button and then give the 00020, right? So run this and lp01 print preview, and you can see the address line. So all the data is coming now, right? All the address is coming, but the problem is the address line. So this we can fix it quickly. There is nothing to worry in this, right? And if you observe one more thing over here, many times I have changed the layout. You can see that every time the function module, earlier 411 was there, then 412, and now it's 413. So if you change something in the layout, new function module will be generated. Again, I'm going to change, and there again it will, you know, uh, again it will that function module probably will get changed. This this just give some like expand this one. I have removed that one and expanded. Go to this field and appearance. I will make it little better, right? Click on this field and limit length. That's fine. Allow multiple lines. Also, I'm going to give, and the pattern. So let us see this pattern. So many different kind of pattern it's coming. All right. So the first one, zip code, pattern, text and all, like, so how the zip code is going to come, how this phone number you want to get it appeared. So if that you want to change for each postal code and all, this option nicely also over here is given. So if you want to get phone number in some particular format, right, it will come. The social security number in USA, it is there. So the various option also we are having, right? So this, I'm not going to do anything with this over here. You can just try yourself, right? Because class is getting longer. Click on this OK. uh, what I want to do, this appearance I'm going to put none, so that everything is going to come into without any line, and it will look like a address. Okay, save it, and now activate this one. So I'm activating, and this time also probably it should display the new function module. Okay, because and you can see that the 414 now it's coming, right? So new function module got generated. So if you do any changes in the layout and activate again, it will you know uh, put into the different. Okay, but what is the problem? Why the data is not coming, right? Why the data is not coming? Let me see what is the problem. Go here, data is not coming now. Here, the binding appearance none. Is it the problem? The appearance none I have selected. No, this should not be a problem. Let me select this custom, and here the solid, then solid, solid. So directly from here, directly we could have chosen the solid, right? If you're not going to do some variation, so this is going to be like beneficial when if you want to put the lower one dotted, the upper one some different, and here if you are going to choose some, a specific color, then in that case it's going to be beneficial. So I'm clicking on the color, but it's not coming. Mm, it's very slow. Click on this OK. Now save it once again and activate this, activate this. Run this. Yes, give some data over here, maybe 20. Press F8 and LP01 print preview, and you can see the data is coming, but this dotted dot, all these things I didn't want, right? This is not how the address should print. That's why I've selected the none, but nothing was coming. Maybe once again I have select the none, because we have to select the none. I don't want to see anything, right? So just save it, activate it, activate it. So last time it seems I have not given the customer number. That's why data was not populating, or else I have given the wrong customer number. Okay. And run once again, run once again. And 416, see how the data is getting changed. 20, press F8, LP01, LP01 we have to select LP01 and print preview. And you can see that the data is now coming, right? So the address is coming now perfectly. And if you want to give some address and all in the text box, we can do more formatting, right? We can do the more formatting. So here, if you want to put the address, if you want to show that this is the address here, here we can give the address. So at the down, we will be able to see that address is displaying. Okay, so with this, let's stop our today's session, and the next session we will see some another topic related with the Adobe form. Okay, we are having so many topics to cover: text module, how we can use a text module, how we can use the standard text in the Adobe form, then alternatives are there. So there are so many pending topics um, we are having that we will see in our coming classes. And once everything is going to be done, then we will take one example of the form and we will see how we can create. Fine then, bye bye, have a nice day.